like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
We go! 90 Wolf!
Watch the glass!
Sony Michel, his first carry. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman.
Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 81 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
But you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Down, 70, Indy.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Ready.
Don't get nervous.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll throw it with Stidham. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ready?
On 2nd down, Michelle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Here we go, set, hard, 50, plant. Pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, and Lobo. Hey, orbit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And an alley to run. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Michel, 69 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
70, Indy.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Tannehill on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground is Michel. And down inside the 15 he goes. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Rock it.
Stop your sign. Check.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Michel, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Harris, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And his kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Henry. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this open. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
30 base.
That's good.
Check three.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Here's Stidham. Looking for Harry. He airs it out into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill completes it to Ajayi. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 41. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. On the ground, this is Michel. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On second down now, Michel. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sonny Michel, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's certainly playing a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Michel. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Let him there. Check 24. Shoot.
On third down, Stidham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
On 4th and 1, Byard. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter. And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
A few
The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. On first down, Michel. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it. This is Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 5.
To throw is Stidham. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. That's headed right. It's no good. He misses wide of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Tannehill now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Hey, go.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Back now in Foxborough, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are in defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. To throw is Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Tannehill now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Titans, gain of 12. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. The Titans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He finds Humphreys. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4th and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
And it's Michel once again. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England 1st down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Michel. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Rush it. Hit it. Rush it.
On the ground, Michelle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I'm going to get you.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Roll out.
I got one. Check.
They'll run with Michelle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Now Michelle. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Pats, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week.